And that was him. No, it's a good thing, though, to hide the family. Though. We having fun, yo. I got a great group of guys back here.
Thank everybody for coming. Thank you for just showing up. Time is one thing that I'll talk about a lot because we can't get time back. So everyone that called, text, like my sister was saying, thank everyone. We love you guys. Unfortunately, when you have a large family like we do, and when I say large family, I'm not just talking about my siblings. They came through my mom and my dad. Because family goes beyond blood. Love is an action. I heard that from a person, and that is a real thing, right? Because it said, the reason why all of us are so connected is because of that love. It's an action. Everyone here today, to me, you guys are family in one way or another. And my brother DeShawn, like many said, he was a man with few words. But he showed his love by his actions. I think every single female in our family, starting with mom, I don't think they ever had any out with DeShawn. They never felt his fury like some of the brothers did, right? So if you was fortunate enough to be a female, it's just the way, or his twin. But it was just the way he was set up. But little big bros, what I called him. Everyone up here, we can tell so many stories, but ultimately, man, DeShawn left an impact on all of us. Listen, I want to say this too, because I've heard this multiple times and I don't really like this. Anthony Morrison will never get over the death of his mom and dad. Courtney will never give over the death of her son, Princeton. Ian, Emery, Nadia, you guys will never get over the death of Princeton. None of us will. We will never get over the death of Shaheem. We will never get over the death of so many of our loved ones. All we can do, man, is just continue to live and hold on to their memories. That's all we can do. This life is not promised. Please understand, nothing is promised. Just pray for my father, my mother, these boys, Nadia. Pray for our family, but more so, please pray for my nephews. And I vowed to my brother, I got them. I got you, Ian. I got you, Emery. I got you, Chum. I got y'all boys. Just like I got my family. But most of all, God has us. And one day, we will meet there again. Thank you, guys. We love you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Just live your life, man. Just understand and know that time is precious. We just don't know. And 44 years to us is short, but I lost my nephew Shaheem at 28, so Anthony Morrison lost his brother at 16, so just understand, man, time is not promised to anyone, and God gives us time. And just remember, he loves us unconditionally, so in those dark hours, guys, just lean on God and just know that, at the end of the day, nothing is promised, but God is forever. We love you, and thank you.
I'm Trey. I'm from the east side of Greensboro, North Carolina. I went to Dudley High School. It's a whole row. It's a whole section of DHS right there. DeShawn McKinnon, if it wasn't for DeShawn, I would not be the man I am today. I'm talking hanging sheetrock. I'm talking Trey, stand on business. What class are y'all? Right, I'm 2001, but I'm class of 99 because I like old folk. So DeShawn McKinnon, I could say so much. Not a different kind of guy, just a guy. And, and DeShawn was a deacon. DeShawn was like, Trey, you love Jesus? I was like, yeah. He was like, me too. He was like, well, let's go to church. I was like, all right. So we went to church. Courtney, everybody, love y'all. You got a whole circle. But when the pastor got up and he was like, we not supposed to be here today. I have buried my mother and my father. I knew my mother was about to die. This right here hurts. It's different. But DeShawn touched everybody in this church. And I just, if I didn't get up here and give him his props, his praise, everybody gonna be laid out one day. We're gonna all be right here. But we not supposed to be here today. This hurts. I almost cussed in church. It hurts, but I love all y'all, and R.I.P. DeShawn.
My name is McKees Reichert. Uncle D was my godfather, and he came into my life in a time where I had actually just lost my father. So he was a lot to me, honestly. And he was a lot to a lot of people, I'm learning now, honestly. And he cared about all of us being his sons, his godsons, in a way that, to be honest, I was sitting in here and I was listening to everybody talk, and it just made me realize, like, being loved by him was to be loved, like, so unconditionally and, like, without any type of bounds. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but he used to say all the time, there's nothing y'all could ever do or say that would ever make me stop loving you. And honestly, like, as I came into my teenage years, I guess I kind of tested that. Like, I pushed him away a lot. I made it clear that I didn't want him around. And all the way up into his death, he made it clear that he was always one call away. He was always there for me. He was always willing to be whatever. And to be honest, like, it's just a feeling that it's hard to describe, because he was so, it's hard to understand how a man can do so much for everyone else without ever asking for anything in return, without ever saying it's too much. And I guess I'm just trying to say thank you for that. And I hate I never got the chance to say it to him. So I guess that's really what I'm here to say. Whatever y'all know on the inside, or whatever you feel for anyone, any type of grudge, anger, anything, if you know that them dying would change how you felt, or even if you don't know and you have to imagine, don't be the person who has to come to their funeral to apologize.
First, I want to say that I'm truly sorry to my grandparents, because no one should have to bury their child, and especially their last kid. To my Aunt Courtney, a woman who, no matter the circumstances, he loved dearly. And to my cousins, Nadia, Ian, and Emery, and also baby Dream. I'm truly sorry that she would never get to experience the uncle that I had, because he was the best uncle. Unlike many people, we all may say we had the best family, but to me, I had the best family. I still do. You don't get many uncles and aunts like I have who raise us to be more than just siblings, but really, truly family. I wish I could say to every last one of y'all that the pain will go away or that it would get better, but it won't. With time, it may get a little easier, and there will be moments where a smell or a memory or even a song will remind you of him. And that it's okay. Please take that moment, no matter where you are in life, and embracing that moment at that exact time. My uncle was more than my uncle. Like all of my uncles, he was my dunkle. Like father and an uncle all in one. Growing up, I was always with my uncle. He was my best friend. A person that even into my adulthood never told me no. So how you say goodbye to an uncle who would do anything for you and was a part of your whole life? Last but not least, it goes to his brother and his only sister, who to everyone other than her kids thought she was his mom. Please hold on to the good memories. And one of the many memories I have of my family, because I swear, this is the most dancing family I have ever met in my life, is they're always dancing together. And when I was writing this, one thing I thought about was his last birthday we celebrated was him dancing. Unfortunately, there'll be 2 less feet dancing from here on out. But we will never forget him, and he's never forgotten. I know that he will be watching all of us and protecting us as he did on earth. He was definitely a protector. Uncle D, I love you so much. And I don't want to say goodbye, so I won't say goodbye. But what I will say is see you later. And please give Shaw and Prince a big hug for us. Until we meet again, I love you. Nay.
It's probably a shocker for my family to see me. I didn't make it to the house this week because, of course, DeShawn left on me. Work hard. I took after my auntie. I had a lot of kids, so I work hard. I came up here to speak on behalf of my grandma, my mom, my aunt Jazz, and Pooh. My mama didn't make it. She couldn't do it. My grandma, if everybody know, that was his favorite aunt. Like, sometimes I would think, like, well, is that my auntie older child, or is it yours? Because they were together almost every day. Every time I pulled up to my grandma's house, that's all I seen was my Uncle DeShawn. I never called him my cousin because he was older, and he just always gave me the uncle vibes. I just went through something earlier this year, and I couldn't open my eyes, but I heard his voice, and he was there for me. Only 2 people call me Pooh, and that's Nay and my Uncle DeShawn. And he was so hurt, and I remember him saying, Nay, I'm gonna handle this, okay? And I kept saying, no, I don't want you to get in no trouble, I'm okay. But he also reminded me and told me, if nobody loves you, your family and your kids do. So don't ever take yourself through this situation again. To his kids, I love y'all dearly. To my Aunt Courtney, I love you dearly. My favorite memory coming up as a child, I followed Nayshell around. It was always those nays, big nay and little nay. And boy, we could talk ourselves out of something because we talk so fast. So he would grab both of us and say, hold on, what y'all say? Y'all ain't getting over on me. What y'all say? And I was just looking at like, you got us, right? Because I can't get us out of this time. And he always let me know every time I seen him, because you're grown don't mean you ain't still my baby. And now I still get you. So my mouth real slick. And he was like, watch what you say. To my Aunt Theola, I love you. To my Aunt Keisha, Uncle Vaughn, Rayshawn, I love y'all. Even though I'm in High Point, I'm still a call away. Anybody need anything, I'm still a call away, even though I'm the baby. But it's probably the most hardest thing, y'all done been through, losing a sibling. Also earlier this year, back in May, my little brother went through some things, and the first thing my grandma did was call DeShawn. And he said, nah, I can't see my boy in jail. Bring him on, bring him on. He didn't want my mom to go turn my brother in. He was like, bring him to the country. We got to go. We got to get away. He just protective over his family. He don't want to see nobody go through anything. And that's what makes me so strong, because I knew at the end I didn't have a father, but he was the closest thing to me as a father. And I love all y'all.
Hey, my name Lex. I'm DeShawn's niece. Uncle D was bittersweet, honestly. I love him to death, but we would bump heads all the time. I remember one time we needed like to work, and he'll take you to work. He's not gonna give you nothing. You gotta work for it. So he take us to we mowed like 3 yards, and he already told us. he already told us we gotta do 3 yards. We gotta do the whole yard. We're gonna do it good. So it's at the end of the day, and we all thirsty, we hot and everything, and he's sipping, drinking his truck. And if you know, we got Baby D on his lap. So Baby D is his chihuahua, is his dog. And make a long story short, he gave us $20 a piece and said thank you. And we just he already drove off. We gotta find a ride home, it's hot. And we like, Uncle D, this not enough. He said, well, y'all didn't cut that grass good, so y'all gonna split that 3 ways, me and my cousin. Well, Uncle D, you can't do nothing about it, you just gotta go ahead. So, with my uncle, he gonna teach you how to work, and he gonna teach you to work for what you need. And like I say, Uncle D shocked us with this, and it hurt everybody, seriously. Like I say, until we meet again.
How y'all doing? I want to thank everybody for coming. I just want to say I love you, Uncle D. DMX, Dogs for Life. If you know my Uncle D, you know my Uncle D, man. I done been through a lot. I went through a situation with my uncle. I've been I could have did better than this, but I got you up. Uncle D, man. I love you, man. That's my dog for life, man. I don't care, bro. If y'all ain't DMX Dogs for Life, I need y'all to go listen to that song, and that's the definition of my Uncle DeShawn. He was who it was to the grave, man. I don't care what y'all going through, but I don't mean to do this right now, but my Uncle D, man. Love y'all.
How everybody doing today? I really don't like doing this type of things like this, but my Uncle D, he was a man of many words at the end of the day. My uncle was all about building character. Definitely about building character. And like Lex and BG said, like, if you needed work, he would give you work. My uncle wasn't about like handouts. Like my uncle wanted to teach you like traits and stuff like that. Like I used to work with my uncle, so it's like the stuff that I know now, I would have never known that I would be doing and stuff like that. Like putting in floors, putting in windows, taking stuff out. Like he definitely left a mark when it came to that type of stuff. Like, but Aunt definitely did his big one with this one. Ain't nobody ain't see this coming at all. Like my uncle, that was like my second pops. It was at one point in time I called myself being married at my parents, and I told them that I was moving out. So my Uncle D told me, come on, doo-doo, come to my crib. He gave me a house key. He gave me a key to his spare truck and everything, and it was just like me and my Uncle D at that one point in time and everything, and it was like, I know that everybody had their own bond with him, but I just felt like me and his bond was like different, because it was like at one point in time I was the baby of the bunch and everything. Then Miracle came along, Pamela came along, then it was Nadia, then it's Ann, then it's Emery, then Chumley. And I'm like, dang, bro, it was me for a good little minute. But like I said, my uncle was like my second dad. He could never tell us no or anything like that. And then one thing about D, there was a God-fearing man at the end of the day. Definitely a God-fearing man. So one thing y'all don't take about this, just remember everything that he done taught everybody, and just keep our family in prayer, but most definitely his boys. And just know your pops lived through y'all. Y'all got the McKinnon genes, so y'all know that we behind y'all every step of the way, man. I love y'all and appreciate y'all for coming out.
I'm Quentin. I am one of the unfortunates, nephews that DeShawn was or Uncle D was a uncle, daddy uncle. And it's also unfortunate that he was my dad's twin, because there's a lot of grace that came with my dad between them two, whole lot. And he spent a lot of time with me. And he was a private person, very motivating. With y'all, ain't have a lot of words, but with me, he had a whole bunch of words, because I think it's just different because, I'm my father's adopted son. I was his first one, so I'm only 9 years younger than them, so it's like some of the stuff he could say to me for much longer than he could say to y'all, so I kind of knew a lot of things, and he knew a lot of things about me, and he helped me understand that a lot of things that I go through and a lot of ways that I have, at the end of the day, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, growing, he was proud of me. June 21st, 1989 is my birthday. And fortunately, this year I turned 36. And on my 36th birthday, I chose to do something that most people on their birthday wouldn't do. Drive 17 hours from Minnesota to North Carolina just to take your mother back home from bringing your brothers up to live with you, because you didn't want her to drive by herself. Now, while she fought me about that, I still just got in the car and went. And we were stuck in traffic for about 40 minutes into Virginia, I think it was. And random. Well, it's not random, but for me it was random. I was a random call on my birthday, but then I remember all my other birthdays. I got the same phone call. Your nephew. I'm calling and tell you happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Now, he didn't necessarily know I was in the car with my mom. So other conversations was starting to happen about what I was going to do on my birthday. But I was like, no, actually, I'm in the car. I'm 20 minutes out from Greensboro, and I was going to take a train from Greensboro to Raleigh to get a rental car for my birthday night that I was going to spend with my best friend. And he said, no, nephew, no. Tell your mom to bring him. Where you at? I'm right out Winston-Salem. I was like, oh, that is so fortunate. We are sitting right there. And so we met him, and I was telling my brother Alex this. Man, he was supposed to get me home by a certain time. We went over here, and then that's the last time I saw y'all. And I sat in the house, he cleaned the car out, all this stuff, and then we went over there, and then we had, to have our little medication break. And then, and then we talked the whole time, and it was like, yeah, I had a time limit, but for some reason, it felt like something different. Like that was gonna be an endless moment for me. And that was the last time, like, I spent 5 hours, it was supposed to be 1, with my Uncle D, just being myself. And he just told me how proud he was of me. But I'm gonna end this with this. July 7th at night, I was having some problems with my brother, and I always call Uncle D, and he always know what to say, because I feel like at this time my dad he was working on other things, and I just needed somebody who knew me to encourage me. And I was going through some things. My wife lost her grandfather, and I just had this feeling of loss and death coming, and told him about this Facebook post I made, and I just felt like something big was coming, and I couldn't shake it. And he said, well, nephew, I ain't that damn old. Sorry, God. And he said, you ain't gonna lose me no time soon. And I said, well, I just don't know how to feel, because I've been doing all this for my family, and I've been, the business, and, and he said, right now, everything is not the best in my family with me. And he said a lot of things, but he said if he goes, if it's y'all will, that's kind of what he said, he wanted to make sure that his sons knew he loved y'all, bro. Like, I ain't never seen him, heard him so deeply talk about serious things like that. 'Cause me and him, we do a lot, but he was really, really trying to make a way for y'all, man. He loved y'all, man. So please feel what you feel and create some space for him, because he's never going to leave you. And he's never going to leave you, Dad. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Hey, my name's Sean. I'm a cousin or a family member to mostly everybody out here. My mom and my dad didn't have no other children other than me, so I didn't know what it was like to have brothers or sisters. But I found out what it was like to have brothers and a sister, because when I was reunited with Dee, Vaughn, Aaron, Keisha, I got that love from them. They were used to loving brothers and sisters, and they extended that same love to me. So my life growing up, it changed. That's who the stars in my sky were. And D was the neatest little dude, coolest little guy. D and Ray, the youngest. This is a heartbreaker, I never thought I'd be here. Coming to Greensboro, I'm coming to see D. I could come to Greensboro and not see nobody but D. Most of the time I came to Greensboro, I only seen D. That was my little brother. And I'm gonna miss D. One thing I remember about D, a lot of things, he had principle. D was one of a kind, and he was sufficient. Whatever you needed D for, D was sufficient in it. I miss you, man. I love you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First, I'd like to say hello to my Uncle John and Aunt Theola. I'd like to say hello to the original 7, Aaron, Keisha, Vaughn, Rayshawn, Zach, to the many cousins. It's been a while since I've seen some of you. It's been at least 10 years, I think, since I've seen Telly. Good to see you again, brother. To Miss Penny, good to see you as well. Miss Vicky, good to see you as well. Miss Eureka, good to see you. When Aaron called me, actually my Uncle John called me. Unfortunately, my phone was in the office, well, in my truck, because I can't take it in my office where I work. But Aaron called me. Well, he texted me. He said, "Hey, give me a call, broski." I'm like, okay. And he told me some news that I thought at first I didn't want to believe. And I told Aaron straight up, I said, if you are playing with me, I'm going to beat you up as soon as I see you. Sadly, he was not joking. And my mind stopped working for a minute, because I did not want to believe the words that I was hearing. Last year, Sharon and I visited DeShawn, and we had an interesting conversation about some things that he wanted to do. And yeah, we're on board with that. Let's do it. Didn't know that that'd be one of our last conversations. However, we had some good times. He was at the bachelor party. He was at the wedding. And I just want to remember the good times that we had with him. I don't know how long the Dudley Heights crew has been around, but there was also the Low Road crew as well. So in the summers of the early 80s, they all would venture down to Lumberton, North Carolina, and stay at Grandma Helen's house for the summer. And for the first 3 or 4 days, we loved on each other. After that, we were fighting. Literally. If you've never had a dirt war in my grandma's garden, yeah, you missed a good treat there. And there's a part of me that would love to get back to those dirt wars, you know, but that'll come. To his sons. Matter of fact, everybody take out your phone right now if you want to. I'm going to give you my phone number. It's 252-422-5340. Call me if you have questions, comments, or concerns. I'm just a phone call away. But it's okay not to be okay right now. It's all right. DeShawn, if you could, when you get up there, as you're up there now, give Rosalie a hug for me. Give Helen a hug for me. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Zachary Goodman. For those who know, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Thank you, Uncle John, for that. I appreciate you. Your children never let me forget. Today is a very hard day. So hard to the point where I needed guidance to get up here. Not get up here, but to get to Greensboro. To get the news that my baby boy had passed on was truly troubling and demystifying. I have never had news like that in a long time. Not since my mother passed had I felt anything so painful on the inside. I thought I could do okay, walk around, you know, family call and say, you know, you okay? And I'm like, I don't know. In the beginning, there was one. One became 7. My Uncle John and my mom, our brother and sister. Started out with me, then Aaron came. Then came Keisha. Then came Vaughn. Then came Ray. And then the most beloved, D. I could still see those dirty little feet running around in the country. Walking through chicken dookie, hanging out in the chicken coops. He was amazing. Now, he's 6 years, my junior, but I loved him from the time I first laid eyes on him. There was nothing like D. And now I look upon everything that he helped build, and it is awesome. Truly awesome. To my nieces and nephews, because I am a brother cousin, I'm sorry. I can't live up to DeShawn. Oh my God, what was he doing? He had to have some help. They too many of y'all. And to do everything that y'all said he was doing, ain't no way. He was tired. There ain't no way he did all of that. That is amazing. I got 5 kids. They don't see me half that much. The nieces and nephews, I understand. To y'all, my heart really goes out to y'all because y'all the next generation coming up, and y'all gotta walk in his shadow proudly. To my brother, Aaron, Vaughn, Ray, Julian, Kenny, I love y'all. the bond that we share and we grew up in with the country and getting spankings and being chased and fighting in the cornfields, nothing will ever replace that. We've been locked in from the beginning, and nothing will ever change. Sis, you already know. You already know. If I didn't show up before like I should have, you ain't got to worry about that no more. Mom and Dad, thank y'all for blessing us with DeShawn. Pops, thank you for going back in there one more time. I appreciate you. I think it could have been just Ray, but you said no. But I love you, and it's good to be able to see that that family could come together regardless of the situations, regardless of the circumstances. I'm glad that you still have family. I got one more thing to say about DeShawn. You know it, right? You know it.
DeShawn, man, calling and checking in. Then how you are, make sure everything is good with you. It's my second time reaching out to you, bro. I ain't heard nothing from you. Before all this world, all about Gabby. One.
That is the epitome of DeShawn. He's calling. He's calling to check on you. He's calling to see about you. He's calling to see what's going on with you. He's calling, and he wants to know about you. And he wants to let you know that he loves you. So mom, dad, sisters, brothers, we're going to be all right. And we're going to bless y'all's name. Thank you, Father, for DeShawn. Y'all be blessed.
This random little girl's following me around. She wanted to say something.
I love you, DeShawn. I love you so much.
Ray, I won't be long, I promise. It don't matter who I am. If you know me, you know I'm hurting right now with y'all. But this little girl and the brother that drove me here, and the Lord wouldn't let me sit still till I reminded y'all of something. Y'all know that love, that call you would get, that coming by to see you, that checking in. You know what that was? It was God's love. It was God moving. I heard the sister say, viewing the body yesterday, just don't even look like him to me. It just don't even look. I said, sister, that's not him. That's a shell. That's a body he was borrowing, just like this one I'm borrowing, just like you. That light and love that was in that brother's eyes, that's who he was. That call to check in, that's who he was. That caring, that's who he was. And the thing that's bringing me out of my pain and my tears when I go through is to remember one thing. My brother loved the Lord. He loved the Lord. Metal sharpens metal. We would get together in that word. We would debate. We would argue if we had to, because we were searching for deeper meaning for God's plan, for us, for mankind. This brother loved the Lord. So I take comfort in the fact that I know he's home. I know he's home. Oh, country folks used to say if it's a heaven, so-and-so gonna bust it wide open. My brother's gonna bust it wide open, y'all. Nobody's perfect down here. That's why we're here. But we all going back home. My brother's home. Please take comfort in the fact that God's got him. God's got us. Arab, God's got you. Rhino, God's got you. Mama, God's got you. And Emery, you know God's got us. Courtney, Nadia. He didn't have us the whole time, John. And he ain't bring us this far to just drop us off and let us go. His last breath here was the first breath with the Father. If you ain't right, get right. I don't know your story. I don't need to. God knows it. So get right. You want a happy ending, get right with God and do it now. That's all this brother was here to do, spread God's love, and he did it. I promise you. We can't be greedy and can't be selfish. We got to let go. We'll be together again. You know we got you. Anything y'all need. We're family. Family's going to be together always. We don't have to be in each other's face all day, every day. But you know. You know, don't you? I love you all. God bless you. Thank you for letting me in. From day one. I love him so much. I loved him so much. God continue to bless and keep every one of y'all. And I got to say this too before I leave. I thought I was doing all right till I had to let my children know what was going on. And this one right here broke all the way down. What did he call you, baby girl? He called me his little building buddy. I'm never going to build. I said, baby girl, that's just the beginning of your building. You're going to build for the rest of your life, and he's going to be a part of every stone you lay, every paver you lay, every boat you turn. He's going to be a part of it because God gave us to him. It's like he gave you me, and we just got to do the best we can while we're here, baby doll. We're all going home. Get right if you ain't right. God bless you. I love you, brother.
Amen. Well, good thing for y'all. I grew up Baptist, but I was brought into the profession as a Methodist, so I won't be before you long. That was for you, Pastor Steve. Y'all, there's a word for us today in Psalms 34, verse 18. It says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." And I'll be honest with you today, I'm not preaching as theology. I'm preaching this today as testimony. Because I am brokenhearted. I am crushed in spirit, and still I know that God is near. DeShawn was not just my brother, he was my twin, my mirror, my balance, my first friend and my fiercest protector. We were born minutes apart, but D always felt like an older one. He was the first to walk, the first to talk, the first to see me, to really see me and accept me. He didn't need a stage to lead. He didn't need attention to matter. He was who he was, quiet, present, rooted, loving, fierce. DeShawn was a son who honored our parents every single day. He called or went by to see Mama every day, every day. If you wanted to know how she was doing, you asked DeShawn, because he would know. He stayed close. He called our dad Paul. Why? I don't know. We are from Greensboro, North Carolina, but he called Daddy Paul. Yeah, that's the kind of name soaked in country love and old school pride. And Granny, our stepmom, they were always at each other's throats. But let Granny make some chili beans. She gonna let Daddy, make sure D know I made them. Then he gonna come to get them beans. Granny, you know you love me. He called our sister Keisha Peanut. I don't know why, but he did. Hey, Peanut. What you doing, Peanut? Love you, Peanut. Always in that same tone, like it was a melody only the two of them knew. Now, let me tell you, he loved his kids. Every ounce of sweat he poured into reliable service, every long day, every decision that was made, he was making it for them. Reliable services for him was not just a business, it was his dream, his legacy. His way of building something that could stand on when he was gone. And we're going to say it plain. We heard him, we see him, indeed, we promise you, reliable services will continue. It will grow, it will thrive. Your name will be all over it. And his love didn't stop at his children. He loved his godchildren, his nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews. He loved those babies like they were his own. Now, he was hard on them. Sometimes he matched energy, like any good Sagittarius does, every single time. But would he run into a burning building to protect them? Absolutely, without hesitation, without fanfare. A couple weeks ago, I sent him a meme that was a man running into a burning building while he was already injured to get his mama. And D replied, I'm not going to cuss, but he said, D right, I'm going to get mine. And if you were one of his, you knew he meant that. And let me share something deeply personal. When I decided to be who I am, truthfully, DeShawn was one of the first people I called. I didn't know how that conversation would go because, D and I don't always share the same politics. And so I was like, I don't know how it's going to go. We didn't talk the same language sometimes when it came to certain things. But when I called him, he said, where you at, Tops? What you doing? I told him I was on my way to talk to my oldest son. He said, hey, come pick me up. I'm going to go with you. Later, I found out it was because he wanted to make sure that everything was going good with his nephew and with his brother. That was D. He didn't need to understand everything. He didn't have to agree with you on everything. He didn't need the backstory if you were his people, if you were one of his. He just needed to know that you need me, and he was going to show up. My family needs me, I'm there. And that's who he was. That's who he always was. Until his literal last breath, DeShawn was a problem solver who loved his family. And our family is everywhere in this room, everywhere in this city. And not everyone shares our blood, and most of our family don't. But if DeShawn loved you, you were family. That's the heights. That's how we were raised, and that's who D was. And so, yes, today we feel the sting, we feel the weight, we feel the silence he has left behind, but we hear the word of the Lord in 1 Corinthians saying, "O death, where is your sting? O grave, where is your victory?" The sting is real, and it is not forever. The grave tried to win, and it cannot take what love has built, because DeShawn's story did not end in that final breath. It continues in his children, in his work, in his people, in every one of us who carry his voice, his values, his example forward. Yah, as D called God, Yah has us. And Yah has us. Yah has the family. Yah has you in every question, in every ache, in every joy. Beloved, so take comfort even in our sadness. Take comfort even in our confusion, even in our exhaustion. There is grace. And there is this truth. DeShawn lived fully, faithfully, fiercely. And because he lived like that, we are better, we are safer, we are stronger. I'm coming to the end, beloved. Here's the charge. Let us hold one another closely. Let's check in. Let's look out for each other. When the calls stop and the house feels too quiet, let's remember how fleeting this life is. Let's remember that we don't know when it would be our last day, so don't wait. Love yourself first and fully, unapologetically. Protect your peace. Guard your space. Tell the truth about who you are. Be loyal to your convictions and love the people who love you. Go get yours. Be you fully and without apology. Live while you live. And love while you still can, because this life is a gift. And DeShawn showed us how to live it. My twin, you did good. You were good. You are still good. We love you. We thank you. And we've got it from here. Rest now. Rest fully. Rest well. Yah got you, and Yah got us. Amen. And now, into your hands, O God, we commend your son, your servant, your child, DeShawn McKinnon. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And that's not the end of the story. We release him from our arms into your eternal embrace, trusting what we know to be true. Love does not die. Family transcends the veil. That death doesn't get the last word. God does, Yah does. We commend DeShawn's spirit to God and the ancestors, those who've been waiting to welcome him with open arms, wide grins, and old stories. He is now among the great cloud of witnesses, resting in peace, surrounded by grace and good company. And so we say, well done, DeShawn. You ran your race. You loved your people. You showed up for us. You made us laugh. You made us proud. You were here, and you mattered, and you will not be forgotten. We will carry your name, your memory, and your light. Go in peace, my twin. Amen. Ashe, and so it is.
And by the way, this morning, first of all, you can be my co-pastor. You know what? And I don't care what you say. You don't preach like a Methodist. Pastor Ray, whoa. You can come preach in my church any day here. You can preach here. And I will say this: I'm thoroughly confused at this service because I feel like I've just been in the service for a redneck. I got so many questions.
Dad calls him a black man.
I got so many questions, and I have plenty of time to ask you later. But what a wonderful privilege this is. And I have one thing to say in closing as we do the benediction, and simply this: I think what I gathered from this service, first of all, what a legacy left, what a legacy he left, and what he's placed in each one of you. But most of all, he's given you a charge, and the charge is this, and we'll even say this at the graveside: the biggest gift that a son, that a dad can give his kids, his mom, his dad, the biggest gift is the gift of his salvation. Do you realize the reason we're celebrating here and have comfort is because he is saved. He is saved. He has salvation. And we're not here mourning the same way as others. Keep that. Be comforted by it. It doesn't take the hurt away. No. Doesn't take the hurt away. But you're comforted by that today. And I leave you with this: the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and give you peace and give you grace. And may he rest upon you, and may we now go in peace. In the name of Jesus we go. Amen and amen. Thank you. for being here. Would you please stand? Yes. Who needs to,